Top of the morning, KG.
Top of the morning to you, my broski. Good, beautiful morning, rise and shine. How are you, good sir?
Living the dream, KG. And how are you today?
Oh, we love to see it. We love to see it. I think what's just important to say is, as with the beauty of life, not every single day is necessarily going to be a living the dream type of day. You know what I mean? You might be good, you might be all right, but it's always so fire when it's a living the dream type of day because you know your bro
So,
woke up, he's feeling good, and he's up. Uh huh.
but yeah, exactly. And how are you today, KG?
Oh, no, I'm well. I'm great. I am tired. Absolutely knackered, but we'll get into that as we get into the rest of the podcast. So, but yeah, great and peaceful and grateful, my bro. Great and peaceful and
I'd
grateful.
love to hear
Yeah.
it. Love to hear it. So, before we continue, don't forget to
hmm
like, subscribe, follow on
Follow.
socials,
Amazing.
all those good things. But
All the
KG,
good
red, yellow,
stuff.
green.
No, amazing. So today I am green. I am green. I am green. Yeah, light green, chilled, easy green, flowing. How are you, good sir? Red, yellow, green.
Green, green, like very green. So before we started recording this, I was saying to Kate, I don't know, I'm at that space these last few weeks or so where I'm generally an early riser, but where
Mm.
so I don't drink coffee. I'm high on life. That's what I say to everyone here.
Okay, all
I
right
just
then, all right. High on life, B.
right. So I go out onto the balcony in the morning, and it's been raining a lot in Joburg, so it's nice. It's
Mm,
cool in the morning, and you just appreciate the
mm.
colors. And you actually like I like this is another day. I'm grateful for this day.
Ah,
I saw
amazing.
like a girl
Amen.
on TikTok who said like her thing was like every day she's going instead of opening her phone, every day she's going to wake up and say like thank you God for a new day sort of thing. So you don't have to say thank you God, you don't have to thank anyone in particular, but just to say like, you know, thank you for a new day. A new day has
Yeah,
dawned. I'm
yeah,
excited for
yeah.
this.
Amazing. Thank you, God. And it's so incredible because I I kind of do something very similar in that a few years ago, actually it started when we started working back at our old firm. Because you know when you wake up in the morning it's so easy to get lost in this like pick up your phone, get dialed into random things, right? I started this routine where I actually don't touch my phone until like 10:30 a.m., right? That is conceptually a bit of an extreme, but I've got D&D on until 10:30, right? And I find that so incredible for a couple of reasons. Is that one of my good friends, Charles, way back in varsity, told me about this concept of your mind has certain amount of capacity in a day, right? And if you consume it, it's consumed. And I found it so incredible that when I didn't engage my phone or anything on my phone in those core parts of the day, I was able to just get stuck into like my task, whatever I'm doing, let's wake up, shower, get rest. Your mind is clear in all of those moments, even in those first little hour and a bit of work. You're like, oh, I'm just here at work. And it's so clear. And then connected to what that TikTok person was saying is that yeah, my first thing when I wake up, even it's kind of like a morning God, and then I'll say good morning to my girlfriend. But I completely get it. It's about that gratitude of like, wow, first things first. I know, amazing. I love my girlfriend. Love, so grateful. But it's like, yo, thank you, Lord. I'm grateful, and then we kick into the rest of the day. Mm.
So if I'm not mistaken, that principle that Charles was talking about of like the battery, I believe that is from
Mm.
the 5 a.m. club. I've also heard it before,
Is it
but I'm
amazing?
pretty sure, yeah, it's the
Mm.
5 a.m.
Mm.
club. So shout out Robin Sharma. I love his books. He's probably my favorite author. I don't read
Amazing.
fiction. I like non-fiction, and his like, if there's a quote I say, it's probably a Robin Sharma quote.
100%, 100%. We were there in varsity, dialed in, and V's like 5 a.m. club. doing the things,
5
waking up
a.m.
at 5 a.m., making it happen. Yeah,
5
yeah,
a.m.
yeah,
Hit the
yeah.
gym and then get to the library sort of thing. But anyways, KG, let's get into the week. Let's get into life. Let's get into living. So, if you don't mind, I'll start and say
Please
what I'm really excited about now. And
tell
so
us, tell the
as
people.
if you've been listening for a while, you know that I love golf. So I think I've said it like
Mm-hmm.
if we exclude family from there's like music and then golf. That's like in that
Uh,
order.
uh.
That's life. Golf's a very close third. Okay, Manchester United is probably first, and then everything else. But anyways,
Watch out,
I
girlfriend
spoke to my
incoming.
I spoke to my golf coach, and we played a game recently. So
Mm.
I made a very big comment where I was like, listen, I think that it's 3 years down the line now. I think that I could beat you 2 times out of 5. So like
Oh,
it's
okay,
like a big deal. Like
okay,
I made the
okay.
statement in front of people, and like everybody was like, "We backing you. He's gonna quit his job if you beat him 2 times out of 5." Like it became a huge thing,
Yes, yes, yes.
and we played not so long, maybe 2 3 weeks ago, and I tied him. Like
Oh,
and
amazing.
and I know it's not the win we wanted, but to think when I started with him, I was at Project Break 85. So for those that don't
Yes,
know what that means,
yes.
that you want to shoot less than 85. So in golf, the less you shoot, the better. So I wanted to break
Mm-hmm.
85 3 years ago. Now I'm at a stage where I can compete. Like we're trying to break par. I'm trying to beat my coach now. And it
Yes,
was just a moment of
yes,
like, come on, P, like
yes. Come
it's
on.
so great that this like, round of golf happened with him there, and he could see that like that I hope he felt at least that these 3 years have been worth
Mm,
it. I can see what this guy has done, and
can
he
see,
was
yes.
happy with me, and it was just like a moment like playing with you. It's just like come on, like high five afterwards,
Amazing.
hug afterwards. You're like, come on, like this is
Yes.
moving in
Come
the
on,
right
Tiger. Come
direction.
on, Tiger. Yeah.
It's
Crowd
like,
goes
oh
wild.
wow,
Oh,
it was.
amazing. Congratulations. Good
It
sir.
was
Congratulations. And
what
mm, mm,
honestly, just a beautiful moment. And we played with so someone I went to high school with. Tim and I both go to the same coach, and it's like the three of us, like, we love talking golf. Like if you want to have a conversation about golf, drop a comment on one of our like TikToks or one of our YouTubes,
please.
and let's talk golf. I
Oh,
have
yo.
so much time for that sort of stuff. So I guess
Mm,
to finish the story is that I spoke to him, and I said to him afterwards, I would actually like to job shadow him for a
mm.
day, for a little while, for however, just to,
Wow.
because I don't know. Okay, obviously I'll pass it over to you now for your comment, but
Please, we
the
here.
thing I miss about our audit days is seeing people grow, seeing someone who's just come into the audit team, and then now we like 6 months down the line, their confidence is growing, they're asking the right
Mm,
questions, sort of thing, and just there's something about
yes.
like seeing your investment in someone else's growth come to
Mm,
fruition. And I was like,
mm,
I would
mm.
I would love to do that, and I guess now for me in life, it's golf. That's the thing I want. So
Yeah,
tomorrow
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
job shadowing. I'm super, super excited. But yeah, KG, I don't know. How do you?
Amazing! That is incredible. That is incredible. And I think, yeah, the biggest first feeling is congratulations. 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 There's so many connected stories that come to mind with everything that you're saying. So many incredible things to share. I think one of the first main things that comes out of my heart is the congratulations for the time, commitment, and perseverance that you've put in. Right? I I also feel like I'm in this space where the flowers are blooming, right? And
Yeah.
the funny, beautiful part about it is blooming is incredible. Um, But it's not just because you planted the seed and you're watering it every single day doesn't mean you feel good about it every single day. Doesn't mean you don't feel like when is the flower gonna come out of the soil every some days, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's so beautiful to hear you kind of testimony of the story of having that moment where all of these things that you've done and put together have kind of compounded, and you've gone from the see nothing, see nothing, see nothing to that little. Do you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that is incredible. That is incredible. That is incredible, my bro. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, I think even connected to that, it's so funny you kind of speaking about this big goal and this thing that you were saying, and
Mhm.
I so connectedly, maybe I'll share is on Saturday, this past Saturday, I ran my first official half marathon event, the Battersea Half
Oh,
Marathon.
yes, we
And
love it.
amazing, thank you. It was
Clap, clap, clap.
incredible. I'm so grateful. And running it was okay. So for those that are new, I ran a half marathon for my birthday last year. That was unofficial. Just a couple of friends said, "Hey guys, let's run, let's move, let's do the thing, right?" But to bring then coming back to present day, this is my first actual event where you kind of come out of the middle, you bite the middle, you do the whole thing, right? And I know it was a great run, a great race. But speaking to what you're saying, Big Man V, is before the race, right? I was speaking to one of my friends, and there's a bit of a story, and then I'll come to the moment where it clicks. But he's running with his he ran the half marathon with his girlfriend, with his fiance actually, and he's running 100-kilometer competition in like 2 months.
Yes. Wow.
Literally crazy. 100 Ks. For context, the half marathon is 21 kilometers, right? And so he just wakes up on random days and runs 44 kilometers. Like, you're like, oh, yeah, on Saturday, 44 kilometers later, right? Sort of a thing. And
Yeah.
it was so incredible because as we are all here getting prepped for this half marathon, it was kind of like, wow, okay, this is a real serious thing. But the intensity and bounds of what you think you can do are bound by what you where you place them. And it's not to say that certain things are not difficult to do, right? But it kind of put me in the switch of like, I mustn't take this as, oh my goodness, I'm gonna be at kilometer 20 and absolutely pushing for my life. I may be, right? But it's that
Mhm.
you can do more. You can put. I mean, I'm not saying it's this easy, but it was just this incredible thing that you can actually do anything that you like to do, right? And it was like you can do this 21, but you can also do 42. You can also do 100. All of these things are
Yeah.
doable if you just kind of decide and then put in the work. That compounding, 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 compounding. Then one day you'll wake up and be like, and you're like, is this me? Am I here? So yeah, amazing. It's incredible. It's incredible, Big Man V, and I'm so happy for you. I'm so proud of you. Yeah, amazing, 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 amazing.
No big things. And I guess yeah, to your point about like things things I don't know like the compounding work. So I mean literally before so we played on the Saturday. The Friday before I played badly. I actually had
Mm.
a really one of my worst rounds in a long time, but it was
Oh,
one of those rounds like for anyone who plays golf, it's you the score is bad, but everything actually feels good. It just
I
needs a few
hear
things to
you.
click, and then all of a sudden that
Yes.
score is gonna drop. And I knew it. And I said it. I
Mm.
played with my friend who goes to this coach as well. And I said to him like, dude, I played really badly today, but I can just feel it. Like the swing feels so
Yes.
good. I
Yes.
cannot explain. And it was just luck and then and a few stars aligning that on the Saturday we played our coach. Things just came right. Everything just clicked
It
that
is
day. I could not
exactly
miss.
that. You know what I mean? And I think the beautiful thing that I also would connect that to is in life is you have to just focus on doing your things right. Sometimes,
Yeah,
and it's so incredible what you were saying is that, like, it looks not great, but internally you know that you are actually pumped. You're just ticking off all the key areas that you have to be ticking off, right? And it's that same sort of thing in life that sometimes it might not look the best. It might not look like, but the ultimate calibration is you within yourself, you in your internal mirror, and saying,
yeah,
Khanya, am I doing all the things I should be doing? Whatever else happens
yes,
outside, you actually cannot control that. And sometimes, I'm gonna call it the wind or the this or the this, but it's about you saying, okay, V, oh yeah, my swing was good. I did this, I did this, I did this. I was following those things. So if you keep at those things and you calibrate with yourself alone, you're going to be
yeah.
A1.
No, 1000%. That's a beautiful message. I think we just pause on that message that KG just given to apply it to whatever you're doing in life. 'Cause I think so. KG's
Mm,
also in the entrepreneurial space, and so and I think when sometimes it's difficult when people ask you, how is
mm,
the app going, and it's like, oh, well, it's not growing how I'd like, but you know that you're doing, like, you're taking these steps, you're doing these things. But to
mm,
someone who
mm.
doesn't know what you're doing behind the scenes, you know that this answer is not gonna feed their soul. It's not gonna make them think, oh well,
Exactly.
V is
Yeah.
doing great.
Yeah.
But it's like, but yeah, it's like, so I guess not stay in your own lane. That's not the correct way to phrase it. But as KG said, like, if you're doing what you think you should be doing, and
Mm.
you believe that it's taking you down the right path, then
Yes.
like, everybody else's perspective and the external results of it is not
Mm.
the most
Mm.
important thing. You
Mm.
following those
Mm.
steps is the most important thing, and I love that, KG. So I
Absolutely.
had to
Yeah.
reinforce it because that
Yeah,
is
no,
actually an
please,
incredible,
please, please. I'm so glad. And
incredible.
that's really the main reconciliation. Because it's funny, someone always says, at the end of the day, whether you in love or not in love or wherever you are, everyone only closes their eyes with themselves. When you go to bed,
Yeah,
it's you and your mind. No one
yeah,
else. That is the
agree.
only reconciliation. And then, well, I always say it's yourself and God, but you know what I mean? Some people are agnostic, so that's fine. But um, it's just you. There's no one else who can answer and come into your mind and be like, oh, you were amazing, or oh, you should have done better. You're the one who
Yes.
always knows the truth of your soul. Is did you actually do the best or the right thing that you could have? Or did you do amazing? And you're like, you know what? I don't know. It didn't work out, but I'm so proud of myself, and that is really what counts. Mm.
I agree. One
Yeah,
1,000%, KG. But you were
incredible.
talking about your marathon and your half marathon. So yeah, I don't want to
Yeah,
distract from that.
yeah.
Say, is there a plan for a full marathon anytime soon? What's the
Oh.
what's the schedule
Mm.
looking like?
What's the schedule? Oh, everyone keeps saying, "Oh, runner, Khanya, runner, Khanya." I said, "Guys, I'm not a runner. I don't know. I'm just like, guys, running is so serious." So now coming partly connected to this story, I did get to kilometer 21, and I was like, "Bruh, I am dragging myself over this line." It was so serious, but it was so thoroughly enjoyable too. Throughout the run, I love because the one unfortunate disappointing thing was that we were running laps around a park. So when I signed up, I was like, oh, okay, it's half marathon. We're gonna, like, you know what I mean, run. This was like an
Yeah,
8.5 times the same circle loop, and I was like,
no
guys,
ways.
no ways, we cannot allow this. This is
It's crazy.
ridiculous, literally. But it was generally so much fun, and I found it like at the almost challenge that I had set for myself, I find it the perfect balance of doing something enjoyable with enough additional push. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because I was like, I
I
always
get
thought,
you.
oh, I'm going to run a marathon. But in reality, I won't run a marathon soon. Because marathons, I feel like, don't have the fun element for me at this point in time. Versus a half
Okay.
marathon, it's like, oh, there's a good part of me running and enjoying it, like cool. And then there's maybe the last little bit of like, Yo, my legs are cooked. And for that
Yeah.
reason, it's enough of a push, a challenge, while still being
Yeah.
fun. So I definitely am gonna be in the half marathon game. But I said as long as they're actually exploring cities, not like this whole run
Exploring
around a
cities.
loop thing. I don't have
The
to do that.
circle.
Why am I running?
Why? No, why? That is crazy. I agree, KG. And I guess a question to ask, I ask runners is,
Mm.
are you a music person or do you chat to people
Mm-hmm.
while you run?
So this is also quite interesting because this is the first time like running with a group of people in a while, right?
Yeah,
Because as I've been kind of leading up to this marathon, I just gotten into running as a form of discipline, you know what I mean? And we spoke about this in the previous episodes. It kind of felt like I was pulled um out of just kind of sleeping and just being like, okay, Khanya, let's get up, let's get active, let's get some routine up in this, you know. So that was just
yeah,
me running alone, and I didn't really look into like a run club of sorts or sort of thing. But this time I was running
okay,
with people around me, and that was kind of cool. I wasn't talking, I was listening to music, and one of my friends made a running
yeah,
playlist, and I was like, oh wait, dialed in. But it was cool to just
Dalton.
interact with people, even as you're seeing, and then you're seeing someone, you're like, okay, cool, I'm just keep pace with them, or you know what I mean, this and this is happening. So it was really an
Yeah,
enjoyable
yeah,
experience, I have to say. And thank you for bringing this. I think it's so important to say that out of everything that was happening, the main message that I remembered was that we must be grateful because we get to run. And as you're watching people running, doing their thing, you see the different causes they're supporting. You see people
yeah,
who are in wheelchairs running this half marathon, right? And it just gives you context for the profound things that people are doing this as a beacon of. You know what I mean? I don't know people's stories. I don't know, you know what I mean? But from just the few things, you realize that doing this effort of endurance is
yeah.
a symbol of courage, of strength, and of continuing. No, and it was just such a beautiful reminder to say, Khanya, you get to run. You know what I mean? You get to be tired. You get to do all these things. And this is not to sound like, oh, like how up, I'm a monk sort of a thing, but you realize that in a simple, just the person next to you is running for a cause, that means someone else can't run. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you are able to do this. And I think the main message for me was just that don't be lazy. Now, I'm not saying everyone run, I'm not saying, but with everything that you are blessed with, use it.
Yeah,
Whatever that means.
yeah.
Everyone will do their own thing, but if you've got the blessings of whatever capacity, engage that capacity. Yeah, it was so profound. It was so beautiful. It was so moving. Mm.
I can imagine. I can imagine.
Yeah.
So firstly to the music thing, I can tell you're not a real runner by the fact that you listen to music, KG.
Oh,
With all due respect.
okay, me.
I think that if you listen to this podcast, you know how I feel about
Mhm.
running. I refuse to do running, or like running is a punishment to me, because when I was younger,
Yes.
like the coach would say, do a lap. That's like it's a punishment in my mind.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
but talking to like runners, like people that do like the two oceans and all of those things, they're
Yes,
like,
yes.
if you have music and I'm not gonna run with you, I refuse. Like I was like, okay, that's wild. What do you mean? I
Damn.
must get through 42 Ks listening to the sound of the wind? That sounds insane to me. But each to their own, I
Genuinely,
suppose.
genuinely, it's crazy. But you're so right though, because the real runners don't have any. They just running off the endurance. And it's funny you say because when those times when the music was getting, like the song was ending or something, and all I was hearing was just the feet on the ground and the breathing. I was like, oh, this is a bit scary. This is a bit scary. Where's the music? Because I just feel like now it's just you thinking about the kilometers and just the kilometers looking at you and you look at the kilometers like, how long left? What's going
How
on?
long left? No, tell you what, I'm proud of you. That's impressive.
Oh,
I,
thank you,
but not
good
I
man,
couldn't do
B.
it. I don't think so. Obviously, as you just said, like you can do whatever you put your mind to, but I
Mm.
wouldn't do it. And I acknowledge how much effort it takes to
Mm,
do
mm.
21 kilometers. So congratulations to you
Thank
on that
you, good
accomplishment.
sir. Uh,
Um,
uh.
and then for this coming week, these coming months, so what are anything exciting on the horizon for you?
Yo, I'm looking forward. So it's birthday season, good sir. You know, April is loading. Yo,
This is,
bro. Guys, people are turning 30. Do you know that? Shout out to everyone who is 30. I don't say that like it's crazy.
yeah,
Just, it's crazy to conceptualize for us because we're in our 29th year. But it's wild. I saw one of my mates holding a cake. It was like 30. And I was like, 30?
okay,
That is so serious.
yeah.
Literally,
Uh,
bro. Think about that. Think about that. Us being the same people who are living our life, running around. I feel like I can still connect to memories of high school, not as much, but then
mhm,
varsity, and I just feel like, oh, it's just been a little period of working.
mhm.
Turning
But
29 in April. That is incredibly
yes.
serious.
So I think the biggest thing that comes or that's coming for me with
Mm,
in terms of turning like 29, 30 is just this realization that like when we were young, like someone who was 30 seemed like they had their life very together and like
bro.
and I'm nearly I don't feel like my life is that together like I'm a 30-year-old sort of gent like that's I don't know how you feel, KG.
No, I hear you. I hear you. I think the way context in which I realized this sort of thing that you're saying is I was I'm coming towards making a big decision in my life now in these next few weeks or days. And I was thinking, what I want to say to my mom. And then I realized and like I'm a grown man. And I think it's that sort of a thing of like you get to a certain age where you realize like I think I've always known, but you kind of almost sense check bounce a little bit like with your parents, I suppose.
Yeah,
And now it almost felt like I'm gonna do that, but I'm not like asking. And it's not like I was asking before, but now it's just informing sort of a thing. This is the
yeah,
decision that I'm taking with my life, sort of a thing.
yeah.
Um, and yeah, that's been felt really, really interesting. Really, really
No, that's
interesting.
incredible.
Mm,
But yeah,
mm.
then I just this on this topic of age. So, someone who turned 30 and like I think she turned 30 in Jan maybe, and she was like, "It's scary and like, wow, this is crazy." And I said to her, literally, the greatest gift you are given in life is the ability to grow older. That
Absolutely.
that is literally the greatest gift
Absolutely.
you're given. That you get to grow a day older. That's I guess this concept I have of like celebrating. You get the chance to be a day older. You get the chance to be a week older, a year older. That is literally
Literally.
the greatest gift we are given in life.
Literally.
Is life.
That is the gift. That is the gift.
Exactly.
Wow. 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 And I think it's so, I also similarly connected, and everyone has different things, but I also connected with the whole like people doing this and that to their face and stop the anti aging. I just kind of feel like that's the cycle of life, right? Like, cool, I get, and it's everyone do what you feel,
Yeah.
it's you, your life, and shout out, bless up to you. I just feel like it shouldn't be in a way that is running away from a natural course of life. You know what I'm saying? That is how it goes. That is who are we in one element to have this thing, but then in the other element, altering those sort of things. It's like, dude, live the course of life as it is. We are getting
Mm,
old. You know what I'm saying? We
yeah.
are going to have these changes, and that is the beauty of the blessing that we've gotten, right?
That we've
Yeah,
been
yeah.
given is
Mm.
life and the ability to live life. And that aging, that age is 60 years of, I don't want to say luck. Luck is not the right word, but it's 60 years of
Mm.
blessings.
Yes.
So it's 50 years of blessings. I back you. Just be grateful for that. Like that is
Yeah.
incredible. 30 years of blessings. I'm so happy for all of my friends that are getting older. Just birthday
Genuinely.
celebrations. I love birthdays. I think I've said this to you before, KJ. I love birthdays. This is the day that you came onto this earth, man. Let's celebrate this
Bro,
day.
let's
Let's.
celebrate this day.
I'm not a, I'm not a big
Amazing.
guy on going out but this is the day you came onto this. I'll be there. You tell me when and where, I will get there. That's all you need to know, bro.
It's so incredible. It's so incredible. Now I hear you, good sir. And it's so profound when you think about that, is that like this is the day this person came into the earth and their life, yeah, all of our life changed because this person is now here.
Because
And
this
that is
person is
such an
born.
incredible blessing. Wow. This is such a beautiful part. We're talking, reflecting on the gift of life and waking up every single day. Yeah, incredible, incredible,
No,
incredible.
I love it, KG. But I think, KG, with that, I'm going to say top of the morning. So
Good sir, and the rest of the day to you. Have a good evening, everyone.
just.